That being said, there's a lot of noise, and that's why they got to get these things down to like super chilled. Like here, let's do this image here, quantum computer. Right? If we go media, maybe can we get pictures of media? Yeah. So if you look at this thing, God, look at him. He looks retarded, especially next to like that thing. But so here, let me explain this structure to you, right? So each of these stages is about getting rid of heat, because heat is energy, and the more heat you have in an electrical system, the higher your noise floor, right? And so we'll call that our noise floor, and then our signal floor, you can see these come up above our signal line there, right? So that noise, there's just radiation, there's energy, there's stuff all around you all the time, whether it's coming from the lights you're on, from the air that you're moving, from the heat coming off your body, to cosmic rays and muons and all that shit flying through there. There's like tons of shit. Like if I open up my Arduino right now and just wrote the value of an analog read from one of the pins to a graph, you would see it would pretty much look like this, except that seems to have like some kind of pattern to it, and the noise never has a pattern to it. And so the biggest problems in quantum computing is how do you remove all that excess energy so that you can make the measurement to determine the result of your calculation, right? And so each stage of this is about removing energy and isolating, removing energy and isolating, removing energy and isolating. And then during this whole process, you're passing your signal lines in and out. And then so like your final thing is sitting up on here. It's on top of a Peltier cooler that's taking any extra heat and putting it here. Now, in a perfect world, you could reach down to absolute zero, which would give you these superconductivity and the ability to make these measurements without being interfered by the noise. But absolute zero, I mean, we've gotten like a few tenths of a degree above absolute zero, but still, there's still a lot of energy flying around at that kind of temperature. I'm trying to remember what absolute zero was. I think it was like -276 Fahrenheit, which is like 0 Kelvin. Don't quote me on that. 90% of statistics are made up on this site, and here we go. Let's go, bro. All right. So moving on. So there's this guy, and I saw about him on Lex Fridman a while back. I'm trying to think. Is he based? Yeah, here we go. This guy here. And so this guy here is working on thermodynamic computing. And so he thinks he's gotten around the problem of the noise by doing thermodynamics instead of electrodynamics. Smart guy. I love hearing him talk. 98% of what he says goes over my head. Oh, that's funny. They're over here at that channel, and watch. He's got me blocked, right? Yep, he's got me blocked. But he's showing off this thing that was actually found here in Nashville at Vanderbilt. And it's this cellular protein-based motor. Damn, see, this is the ADHD. Cellular protein-based motor. This is the irony of me streaming X onto Facebook. Alright, so check this out. This is a protein-folded motor. Like, this is literally, they took DNA, ran it through a supercomputer to figure out what it makes, and this is what they did. And I think they've shown an example of how something like this ends up working. It's really cool shit, man. Really cool shit. Like, the future that we're in for is insane. But anyway, so yeah, the guy who did this, let's see, is his name on here or anything? No. They don't show his name? No. But there's an HR article. But anyway, see, he's coming out of Vanderbilt, which is really cool. I can't wait for us to see more about it. Yeah. We're in for a really, really cool future. I can't really talk about the stuff we're doing at my work because, you know, NDA, publicly traded company, da 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 da. But I mean, it's probably up there with that kind of cool. Oh, look at this. We get a close up. So these are all thermocouplers to take the signal cable. So any extra energy that's on any of these upper layers is dissipated as much as they can, and then they go through these thermocouple layers, and then I'm guessing the die that they're running is right there. God, I could look at these pictures all day. Let's look at that. That one's AI generated. Oh, here's one. You got the die right there. So this is like the final stage. These are the final sets of coolers on the signal wires. These are your final thermal blocks that extract every little bit of heat or energy that could be pulled from there. Because remember, you're trying to read milli-electron volts in a ground floor of at least. Here, we're going to ask ChatGPT this one. ChatGPT. We're going to ask it. What is the electron volts of the cosmic background radiation? Now, this isn't the cosmic background radiation. This is just that thing that they use to signal the Big Bang. I don't know how many of you guys believe in Big Bang. But I mean, we're looking at 10 to the 8.6 times 10 to the negative 5 electron volts. I mean, the noise floor is it's there. It's definitely there. And this is something they picked up in the 60s. Tell me about when they discovered the CMB. What were they doing? What instruments they used to record it, and most importantly, what they did to filter it out to finish their initial goals. Love me some ChatGPT. There you go. The Homedale horn antenna at Bell Labs. Now I'm sure you guys have seen me go and talk for hours and hours on Facebook about Bell Labs, because I mean that was the research lab of the 1900s. I mean, everything from like fiber optics, transistors, vacuum tubes. Actually, I think RCA made the vacuum tubes, but Bell Labs was the one that really took that into high gear. They did the radar systems. They did the microwave communications. They made the first satellites in correlation with John Hopkins and a few others. They made Unix. I mean, I love Unix. I use Unix on a daily. Well, I don't use Unix. I use Linux. But hey, look, it's Red. How you doing? 1900s. Now you're making me feel. Yeah. And while I'm not in favor of monopolies, I think that the good that Bell Labs did for the world outweighs the bads of a monopoly that pushes out all the other people like Western. What was it? They send money now. Western Union. That's it. Yeah, so the cosmic background radiation. So no matter what, there's always noise out there. This is just one example, but I mean, we live in a world where we are surrounded by power lines. I don't know if you're in Europe where it's 50 hertz, or if you're in Americas where it's 60 hertz. But I mean, we've got that radiation. You can see it on all kinds of shit. I mean, shit. If I pulled out my oscilloscope right now, I could show you. There's just so much noise, and the feasibility of quantum computers, at least in my opinion, is it's retarded. But here we are. We're making all this money in Rigetti. I don't know when I'm gonna sell. I've already passed my where I said in my head where I was gonna sell, which was probably like down here. In fact, is that the bull trap they caught me in? Yeah, it's probably the bull trap they caught me in right there in that little nook and cranny. Westinghouse. Yeah, Westinghouse was my other favorite monopoly. But really, you know, Westinghouse did a lot of really good stuff. It was J.P. Morgan that destroyed Westinghouse and Tesla and all of them. And so to this day, anything J.P. Morgan, Chase, hell no. All right. So Rigetti computing, and then what was the other one we were talking about? Qubits, right? So we were asking Grok about it. So the company has a cash position of 70.9 billion. My company's got like, did I say billion? I meant million. My company's in like, they got like $7 billion just sitting in cash. I don't know how that's possible, but they're doing it, and I'm here for it, you know? So recent development, AI integration, recent post on X mentioned successful AI power driven of Rigetti's quantum processor calibration, which could be a significant step towards practical usability. This collaboration with quantum machines and NVIDIA might boost investor confidence. Industry growth, it's still in the early stages with much of the current buzz around potential rather than realized profits. And that's what I was saying before. This is technology that in theory shouldn't even work. And the fact that we're dumping as much money in, and I saw something on on X the other day. Somebody was talking about that one that Google put out that's like 147 qubits, is is pennies compared to what they've got working in the U.S. government. But then again, everything in the U.S. government is classified, and so anything that we see that comes out of that is purely speculation. And I mean, I'm sure you've read my rants on the whole classification and security state to preserve this power of the state while keeping us out of the loop. I mean, shit. Look at these huge aircraft carriers. They've got these nuclear power plants on those things that they mass produce. Why don't we have those in the middle of every city? No, you should not be getting stock tips from Teal. I am not a financial advisor. I do not offer investment advice. This is all Grok. If Grok leads you wrong, you blame Grok, not Teal. Pure research or long-term research has to be decoupled from capitalism, since Dodge and Ford. Yeah, but the problem with decoupling it from capitalism is who's going to pay the engineers to live healthy, happy lives that they can worry about thinking about their engineering and less about, am I going to pay rent, you know? And I mean, I don't really see a way around that, unless of course we go back to slavery, pick a group of people and tell them that you guys are going to do all the mundane tasks while everybody else lives cush happy lives to invent things. You know, it's not a fair society. I mean, it is how this country was brought up, but we really don't need to go back there. But maybe with the AI, maybe they'll figure out how to automate the food, because, you know, the entire economy is designed to make sure that there's incentive. That there's incentive for somebody to go out there and pick potatoes in the fields. Because otherwise, I mean, if I can sit and program all day and make big bucks, why would I ever go and risk skin cancer and all that other stuff that comes from being around all the glyphosate and all that sun? Because, like, you know, sun is good for you, but sitting in the sun all day, every day, it can't be good for you. Bell Labs was owned by the government at the time. You know, I did not know that. Do you have some kind of documentation for that? Because, like, I have studied a lot about Bell Labs history and never once... In fact, I actually saw that the government fought the government to prevent them from breaking it up because of the fact that AT&T, not Bell Labs, just AT&T, was the maintainer of their entire defense network, including, like, the DEW... not the directed energy weapon. What is that thing called? The thing up in Canada, the early warning system, right? They had that. They had the long lines. They had the satellite network. I'm trying to think. What was it? Telstar. And the U.S. government was, well, the military was like, hey, you guys can't break them up. We don't want to deal with 100 different companies all putting their hands on our network. So yeah, that's the first I've ever heard of that. Still, I mean, if you ever get bored, here, I'm going to put these in the comments, right? Is it the AT&T Historical Archives? Yeah, there we go. AT&T Archives.
It's the ancient art of glass blowing.
Oh man, somebody went in and actually... Wow, somebody went in and actually got all the good videos and put them into a playlist. This is amazing. Because, like, if you go through the actual AT&T Tech channel, it's a bunch of BS cybersecurity stuff. It's like if Yahoo decided to get into cybersecurity and started talking about it. That's kind of how I feel about theirs. But I mean, this stuff's interesting. Like, I think my favorite one of these, if I can find it, was the cutover, right? Where they actually did a physical cutover. They were going from the line finding systems to a digital based system, and so they went in and they everybody had wire cutters and they had all the cable guys on site, and when the guy rang his bell, everybody went clip 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 clip. It was such a cool thing. But I mean, whenever you're doing cutovers, we do them all the time in software and infrastructure. It really makes you think, damn, there was actually a source where they came from with the cutovers. BT Marlton Shams Labs, what's that? Killed the labs, yeah, for sure. And it's crazy because like Lucent owns a lot of the IP that was left over from. Here, I'm gonna place this in here. Let's Control V. Oh, we're not on the Mac. Sorry. Control C. Control V. Boom. Yeah, everybody should enjoy that. That is definitely one of my favorite YouTube channels. I mean, just the stuff you can learn about history and how we got to where we are with technology. I mean, the transistor, 1953, when they decided that they could take a piece of semiconducting material, play around with the electrons and make some holes and stuff, and then boom, all of a sudden they've got a high-speed switching device that ends up taking over the world. And we were able to trick it into thinking, and now we've got how many transistors? Yeah, let's ask this. How many transistors are in my 4090? 76.3 billion transistors. I don't know. I call bullshit on that number. I feel like that's a GPT generated number. I don't really trust GPT with numbers. Grok has been better with numbers, but less good with facts. So yeah, so we were talking about this stuff. I mean, I feel like had they not breaking up Bell Labs, I think if quantum computing was possible, that it would be pretty we'd be pretty far along on this technology. And Red mentioned that the high powered radio stations still use glass tubes. Yeah, I found myself in all these Facebook groups about some of the tubes that they use, but none will ever be as favorite as this tube. That is just the coolest thing ever. Come on, you guys gotta have a better video than that. 100k watt per transmitter, 11 transmitter. God, that is a lot of electricity. You guys only share that one video of that? What's that? Electric cars. Yeah, that looks like clickbait more than anything. But you can see how well the rectifier tube. It's just it's art. It's art. It's literal art. So anyway, so right now we're on a bull run for this. Maybe we should tell Grok which one this is qubits. Let's get Rigetti. If I got in 100 shares in Rigetti at $1 and the current price is $8.43, which is a massive increase. Should I continue to ride this and see how far it will go, or should I sell what I put in, or should I take my money and run? You know, Red always has the best comments and all this stuff. I gotta give it to you, man. So $100, yep. 843. I actually saw $1,000 today on that when we got up there. Wow, this one's saying 980. Every website says a different number, which is insane. So oh wow, I love this. It gives me the pros and cons. It's not going to give me a definite answer. Pros and cons. So it's a developing field with significant long-term potential. For Getty continues to innovate or secure lucrative content tax, the stock can see further increases. It's already shown strong momentum, which might continue if market sentiment remains positive. Cons. High volatility. The stock could just as easily plummet if there's negative developments, if the market loses interest in quantum computers. And I mean, you've got people like this bozo right here. Where is he? Kelly with Martin him. Right? And y'all probably know him as the what this header. He's the guy who bought that medical company and then took the medication and raised the prices in the name of stockholder value. You never actually used AI? I use AI for so much stuff. Like, I've made it part of my workflow. In fact, I've gotten so into it that now I run it. Here, where is it? In here. Look at this. I run my own local AIs, which is really cool because, like, keeping your model and not having somebody change it from out and under you to the point where your outputs start changing is great. I love it. Plus, it gives me the API that I can hit over and over and over. In fact, I actually have a phone app that hits this API here. If I hit start server, which one are we using, Quinn or QWQ? Hold up a second. Let's see. Did I mute? Back. Sorry about that. Damn it, now they never actually. So, if you haven't used AI, the best thing I can tell you, ChatGPT, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's if they ripped off enough of the best data sets in the world. Yeah, run it locally. So I've got a 4090, which is 24 gig card. So the more VRAM you have, the bigger models you can run, and the bigger the model, the better the outputs. I mean, they have fine tuned some really good small models, like in the hundreds of millions of parameters, but nothing really beats like a 10B or a 7B or even a 32B. And so I've been using 32B here. And I mean, this thing maxes out. Here, let's see if we can show it up on here. Like, you can see, I'm almost completely full on my VRAM here, and it's not even fully loaded yet. But of course, you can always use more VRAM than your GPU has. But then it's the tokens per second goes really slow. Now, if you've got some money laying around, I highly recommend the Mac Mini. Yeah, so this one here. So for about $2,400, where do we can we buy? Buy. All right. Here we go, the M4 Pro. Right, and then we're gonna max out that one. 64 gigs. So 64 gigs of memory, I think, is the whole selling port. So they've got not only the neural engines, but they got a 20-core GPU with the 64 gig unified memory. So while it's not going to be as fast as the 4090, the fact that you can put bigger models on this is the selling point. So 2,800 bucks. I think I did it. Yeah, 2,400 bucks. So 1 terabyte storage. I mean that plus a good file share, and you can run some pretty hefty models. But you throw this in your network rack at home and set up your VPN, and you can do some really good stuff with it. And then of course you always hit hi gang face. And then this is where you find all your models, and this can get quite confusing, but there's a lot of stuff going on there. Look, Quinn, it's on the front page today. I love it when Quinn. So Quinn, and I know a lot of people. I see some people in this already. A lot of people don't like China. I don't have anything against China, right? The U.S. has put so much regulation on AI and everything that our open source AI, this one here, Llama, sucks. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. Right? They wanted to neuter the fuck out of it, and as a result, the U.S. government has Palantir and the ability to pinpoint us and predict what we're gonna say next, and we have the ability to get told that I can't broadcast on 915 megahertz. Yeah, but the Chinese, Alibaba, who made Quen, they really did a good job on this model, and it's open. And the best part is the license on this one, I think, is Apache, isn't it? License. Do we get a license on here? Yeah, Apache 2.0. So you can use this commercially. You could use this personally. You can do whatever. Oh, hey, it's warm. Let's try this out. Give me some Verilog code to drive 4 motors with encoders, PED, and a speed goal. Ah, damn. Replace the home assistant with something with more AI intelligence.
Okay, hello.
I mean, if you could, so as I was saying with the LM Studio, which is really Olama under the hood, is it provides you an endpoint that you can post, and so your thing would be the completions, right? And so if you listen on your microphone, run the audio through Whisper, which turns it to text. By the way, if you haven't tried Whisper yet, Whisper is the best text speech to text engine that I've found. Google speech to text is maybe 75% of Whisper. Apple's speech to text probably a little bit worse than Google's, but Whisper is the best, and that came out of our good friends at OpenAI. So you would do that, turn it to text, pass that text on to your model, have it process it, and I don't know, can we just add you to this? I don't know anything about, this is my first ever live stream, so I don't know how to add you, but oh, I know what we can do. Hey Dave, can you hear me?
I mean, I've got you up on the stream.
Hey Dave, can you hear me?
If you can't hear me, then I can't hear you.
Hey Dave. Dave.
Can you hear me?
Alright, well if he jumps on, we'll see how that goes.
What are you?
To join in. Dave is our financial advisor. He's the one who can actually make recommendations. I can't give you financial advice, and if you take anything that I say as financial advice, that's on you. Thanks, audio. Oh, you can hear me through my stream. I don't. So then, what were you asking for Discord then? Device.
Well, I don't know. So we can chat.
I hear you now.
Oh, you're on chat now. Okay, let me mute your stream. Hold on.
Okay. All right. Hey guys, look at that. We've got Dave here.
Awesome. Yay, I'm here. All right.
I don't know how to put your camera feed though. I'm streaming this with OBS. This is the first time I ever used OBS too. So Grok helped me set up Facebook stream, helped me set up OBS. Bro, Grok's my shit today.
Yeah, I was gonna try to see if I could hop in and do some grok as well.
Do you got Twitter?
I was trying to sign up for one. Let me see if I can just go to twitter.com.
All right, we're gonna get back to Twitter. I was talking about Martin Shkreli, and I know he's fuck this guy for going in and buying up a company and overcharging products. But shareholder value is a very important thing. So we'll give him a ride, and we're gonna look at his opinion on a certain thing. So we're gonna look at what he just said about Rigetti. RGTI. And so this is the part of looking up stuff where we do that sentiment analysis. What do people out there say? Oh,
Okay.
he's basically
All
the
right.
same what I'm saying. He's
All
saying
right.
to short Rigetti, and this is December 11th, so his positions.
Okay.
Okay, what?
I'm all right. So let's look at Rigetti first, I guess, on Interactive Brokers, since Interactive Brokers gives me access to stuff that's not quite available on the open
web. So
web.
go ahead and share your screen, and I'll try to put that up on the desktop here.
People can go to my stream. I'm streaming to YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn right now. I've got 2 viewers right now over on YouTube. I unfortunately don't know how many people I have on LinkedIn. It doesn't show. I don't have anyone in the chat right now over on YouTube. And I would have to figure out how to
I don't
share.
Yeah, we'll have to find you on YouTube then. YouTube.
How are you? Where do you mean share your screen? Where are you talking to me in Discord?
On Discord, yeah, I'm talking to you on Discord, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't believe he left Coffee Stain. Wow, the community manager. If y'all don't know about Coffee Stain, so they made this game called Satisfactory. It is one of the ultimate time sinks. Like, if you don't value your time, you should play Satisfactory.
No, not turn on camera. Share screen. Share your screen. Okay.
I found a Bitcoin on a satellite in space. Members only. I am not a member, nor do I want to be.
Okay, I'm going to share screen too, but
if you share screen on Discord, I can just drag this and put it on my screen.
All right, I'm sharing that screen, but they're not going to be able to see my face.
Dude, you got a beautiful face, bro. You got a beautiful face, man. They're gonna miss out. There you go. He's sharing.
Okay, maybe I can turn on my camera. I don't think it's gonna let me though.
Open voice
because I'm using it over on OBS as well.
Watch stream. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Satellite radio hitting y'all with the boom boom. Hey, look, there's me.
Yep. All right. So, what do I have here? I have Fundamentals Explorer for LifeWord Robotics up right now. Let's go ahead and type in RGH Rigetti.
I think you're on the wrong screen, maybe.
No, that's the live stream.
Because all I see is my stream.
What is? I know it is. That's what I've got up on the. What is Rigetti?
It's a quantum computer stock.
What's their ticker symbol? Sorry.
RGTI.
RGTI. Okay. There it is. Rigetti Computing. All right.
Had $8. It got up to like $9.50 today. Like I was $1,000 in the green on this one today.
Oh, nice.
And if it did what it's done the last few days, where it goes down like $1 and then opens up $1 ahead, I'm hoping that pattern continues. do you get level 2 on the volume? What does the volume look like on this?
Let's see. I don't think I have access to that right now. Level 2. Let me see. That I would have to put in over here. I can't put certain things. Let's see. Okay, maybe if I just do this now, because then it's gonna pull up. Because then it's gonna pull up people's portfolios, and I can't show that.
Okay, I'm showing from FinViz because this has volume on it. You can see where's my date? What date is that? November 21st. So something happened November 21st, and all of a sudden our volume. I mean, like there's like no volume out here, none.
So what happened? Yeah, that day in December.
Is it no November?
Hey, chat. Good evening. I was curious if you could tell me more about Rigetti Computing, ticker symbol RGTI.
Good evening, David. Rigetti Computing, ticker symbol RGTI, is a company that focuses on quantum computing. They develop both quantum hardware and software, aiming to make quantum computing accessible for various industries. They've been recognized for innovations in superconducting qubit technology. If you have any specific questions about their technology or business model, feel free to ask.
Sure. I was curious what you could tell me about recent news of Rigetti, especially kind of towards the beginning of December, and what has led to this interest in quantum computing and why their stock has nearly quadrupled in the last month.
I'm glad you asked. Around early December, Rigetti Computing announced significant progress in their quantum computing technology, which likely attracted investor interest. Additionally, there might have been increased market enthusiasm for quantum computing as a whole, given its potential to revolutionize various sectors. Another factor could be partnerships or collaborations that Rigetti has formed, boosting confidence in their growth potential. While I can't give real-time updates, these factors are typically key drivers. If you have more specific details you're curious about, let me know.
Hey, pause
okay.
Alex, I'm gonna ask Brock. Brock. I can't. You don't have the voice chat on the app. That's I don't understand. That sucks. What was I gonna say? Tell me about sentiment toward Rigetti computers
No dividends
on X. So this is why I like Grok more than ChatGPT currently, is because he can search X, the global town square.
But is that?
I mean that's
locally, like on Twitter. Like, can he only be on Twitter?
I mean, he can search the web, but he's got access to that Twitter data set.
Got it. Okay. I think.
Yeah, ChatGPT's training ended in. That'd be a good question for ChatGPT to ask where they're at now. Appears to be generally positive, especially in the context of recent stock market performance and advancement in quantum computing.
So, what's your personal take on quantum computing and where all of this is heading?
So, that's a really good question, Dave.
Here's the ownership history, by the way, that I'm going to put up on my screen of institutional holdings versus strategic entities versus the stock price. So you can see like hedge funds and stuff, how they've been dumping
the market cap for this before it went up to that 2.1 billion. I think this was like $100 million stock or a couple $100 million stock when I first found it. Because I like the low cap stocks, because if it's a good company and they're doing good stuff, it gives you a chance to get in while they're young. Like, I should have sold this when it hit $4 and taken my target stuff, but I kind of just let it ride, and I can't say that I've regretted that. I can't say that
So
I'm
what is this?
getting
So
that.
here's as of December 16th, we've got a lot of today, a lot of negative 2.27 tweet sentiment. It's
Where are you
gone
seeing
down.
that?
Put it
Where
up
are
on
you?
my screen. It's on Interactive Brokers. You're not going
Oh,
to be able to.
and so they have access to the tweets.
They have, yeah, they have stuff like that. They have some very interesting tools.
I hope we're not. I hope we're not boring anybody.
That's what we do.
But we do.
Like as a financial advisor, I bore people to wealth.
Yeah, I gotta figure out how to make 150,000 in 6 months. So it sounds like we're in this together, bro.
Let's do it.
Because your boy needs a vacation.
Benzinga.
Oh, Broadcom. Broadcom's been doing pretty good. I was gonna buy some when I saw Nancy Pelosi bought a bunch. And I regret not doing it.
Quantum
Nancy
related
Pelosi.
stocks are trading higher.
Yeah,
That's
Ion
but
Q they're saying is doing really good too.
yeah, Iron Q was in that podcast that I shared with you the other day.
I wish we could get Red to come on. He's a really interesting dude. I would love for him to sit here and talk with us. I think he just left us.
Man,
See, I just don't like going through the news articles because it's just a bunch of opinions from people who are personally trying to sway the market. You know,
and a lot of times these companies can pay to be featured in the news articles.
do that too.
That way they can get their stock price pumped up. Especially like that used to happen a lot in the Wall Street Journal. Here's
Yeah,
one, December 13th. The stock may be moving in sympathy with Google, which recently released its Willow quantum computing chip, which, you know. Now, this is an actual news story by Barron's. Here, this is what we can do. All right. We can take, oh, well, we can't. All right. Well, all right. This is what I do like about AI is
is you
that
can
I can do
screenshot
print
it.
screen. Yeah. And I can take this print screen and then I can hop over here to Alex.
ChatGPT. Oh, is Alex Claude?
Alex is what ChatGPT likes to be called.
Oh.
Have you ever asked ChatGPT what it would prefer to be called?
No, I give it a name with every new prompt.
I've always asked it different times and it always responds with Alex.
That's weird. That's strange. But I guess Alex is a pretty popular name, so the tokens would have a high probability of being that.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about Claude yet. I saw on Reddit someone was like, I really, really like Claude, especially for business, like small business use, but
Yeah, a lot of people have been saying that about Claude on Twitter too.
for small businesses,
Oh, I don't know about small business, but for programming.
I wonder, okay, interesting.
Yeah, and you don't pay for ChatGPT, do you?
I do. I pay the $20 a month.
Oh, what were you saying earlier about running out of credits with Alex?
With ChatGPT, I was running out of credits, tokens or whatever
Oh.
for the day. Were you watching that stream earlier?
Yeah, I wasn't watching it when it was streaming. I watched it after. That's kind of what gave me the idea to try this out. I wanted to join you on your goal to reach. But you want 100,000. I need 150 because your boy
Oh,
needs at least 2
we
vacations.
could both go for 150. I just figured 100K would be fine. 150K is a big exorbitant vacation.
Yeah, but I mean, half of that's going to go to tax. Yeah. See, oh, I call Grok Steven. Yeah, so this was me earlier, and when I said, "Hey Grok, today we need to figure out how to make $150,000 in the next 6 months." I'm not planning on pitching cryptocurrencies to my friend or doing TikToks of me dancing, trying to pitch products. I'm good with computers, programming, gardening, building stuff, destroying stuff, and best of all, just being myself. To kickstart this project, I'm bringing to the equation $10,000. We need to figure out how to stretch this money without wasting my time or making me stressed out. That is super important. I do not want to be stressed out.
I do not want to be stressed out.
Yeah.
That's
And
like
they're just
very
like,
important for me
go
to
do some
add,
freelance
probably.
programming. I'm like, nope. Go do some software development. I'm like, nope.
Yeah,
This is
so
easy to
the
use.
the first thing I did with Claude, and he was like, "Oh, this sounds great. Like, well, why don't we make this game called like economy game? I don't know, whatever he called it." And he was like, "You'll have to do this, and then have this for the game, and then program this by the end of this date." And I was like, "Well, that's a great idea, but I don't know how to program." And I was like, "With that in mind, what do you think I should do next?" That still focuses on games. And he was like, "Thanks for letting me know. Well, since you don't know how to program, maybe you could just like program the game by following the structure, and then have this, and then put this code in the game." And I was like, "What the heck?" It's like not listening to my prompts, I guess.
Yeah. Instruction following is a very important thing. And I think they said that Grok 3 right now has the best instruction following. But I think I'm on Grok 2 because I won't pay them more than I'm already paying them. In fact, I tried to cancel my subscription so I can get in on that Black Friday sale, but that didn't really work out.
Uh,
Um,
I probably need to look at Grok and log into my Twitter account. I was trying to create a new one, but I've had so many Twitter accounts. I don't know what is what anymore.
just so mine is I am Teal. You should make one that's like I am Dave.
Okay. I was gonna do it as Manic Tulip 76.
Oh, you really like that name, don't you?
It's okay. You know, it just kind of fits me, but I am Dave. I am Dave. I don't know how I could probably just edit my. Let's
Oh
see if I can
damn!
log in.
Can we try that again? There we go. Try it again. Try it again. I wonder why my network dropped on this. Have you ever seen Run Bitch Run?
No.
No. You gotta bring over a hard drive someday. Bring over like a 2 terabyte hard drive, and I'll just load it up with movies. Like, look at all these movies, bro.
I don't even know.
Look
I'm looking.
all the movies.
Oh, that's right. It's on Discord. Maybe I should pull up Discord.
And no, this is on Facebook. I have 565 items in here. Plus, I think another 50 that I just downloaded and need to copy over. Such a good movie, Wild Wild West.
That is a good movie. Classic.
Just look at all these movies, bro.
I can't not figure out I just can't figure out X. And the thing is like you can't like delete accounts. So like here's the deal. My first ever Twitter account was Hotface. Some girl in college made it for me. And it was pretty funny at the
Yeah,
time.
I told you you got a pretty face, bro.
Yeah, they were like, "That's what all of us sorority girls call you. We call you the hot face." And I was like, "Okay." And so it's at hot face too. But then I like got on it and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I can't have this. I've got to like clean all of this up." And I tried my dangest to clean everything up off of that account. And I just couldn't get around to it. And one of my accounts like got
Hi,
banned or
Red.
something.
Thanks for stopping by. No, go on. Sorry about that.
Because like that was before Elon bought it, right? Like that was back in, especially when everything was getting canceled. All right. So it's at David Hill 76, and then I have at Invictus TN. Okay, so I'm just logged in as at David Hill 76. So let me try to log in there. My at username at David Hill. They're trying to log me in as at Hotface2, so I guess I'll just log in as at Hotface2. Add an account. I'm gonna go back to being Hotface2. Oh man, that's the problem.
You're not sharing your screen.
I'm not.
I mean, you're sharing your screen, but I just see Inception.
I'm sharing the Facebook screen.
Yeah, that's why I'm seeing Inception.
Can't believe I remembered that password from all the way back then. Okay, here we go.
That means you reuse your passwords.
That was like from all the way back then. I haven't used this account in forever.
Yeah, so it sounds like Grok is available for free now, so you should be able to just click Grok.
Okay. First of all, I'm going to go follow you as the hot face. I am Teal. Global mass surveillance is not an American value. All right, so what? I just go look up Grok?
No, see on the left side?
Grok. Yeah. Okay, great. Tell me the latest news, answer a question, draw me. None of the time. Okay, hey. Oh, it looks like ChatGPT.
It does. I mean, it's all the same basic concept. And if you want to learn about how to build these, you want to look into something called Gradio, Gradio, Gradio. So that way, when you've got ChatGPT building you stuff, you can say, use Gradio.
So basically, I want to add 6 to 8 additional hours a week to dedicate to this goal to be achieved by the end of February 2025.
Damn, that's a young Dave, bro. I gotta send that to Cassie.
Yeah. Hours, February 2025. What did you say? The most important point is this task cannot be stressful and it should involve leveraging AI and
it doesn't need to leverage AI.
Okay.
Yeah, see? Because then you've got ramp up. You need to be able to do something that's not going to need ramp up.
This is most important. I have a YouTube where I post daily videos and can live stream using OBS and Restream. I have Facebook and Instagram, and now X. My hobbies include video games, helping people, and investing. I also love nonfiction books. What are 3 suggestions so we can get started? All right, let's find out what Grok says. All right.
And then while you do that, I saw an interesting post on X. Let's see. Your friend. There we go. Your friend. So this is my boy Patrick. He is. It's funny. The three people that I've got here following him are all also developers of Dogecoin. Yes, I'm part of the developer Dogecoin community.
Nice.
Oh wow! Are you seeing this? This is he's powering a rack full of Bitcoin mining and using it to heat his hot tub. All right, this is really what I
Oh,
wanted to
that's interesting. He's using cryptocurrency mining as a way to heat his hot tub.
Yeah, so he's got cows that poop 25 pounds per day for centuries. Humans have found. So he's taking this and bioreacting it to power from shit to energy. Nice.
Man, imagine how big I'd be if I ate 25 pounds of food a day.
Anyway, so this is what I came here for. For those interested in what a hard fork is, Copilot just proposed a potential one if it would compile. Now let's see if someone wants to explain why that is. 500 Dodge bounty to the first correct. And looks like we've only got 3 comments. The blockchain that made old rules with the new ones. In this case, the proposed change switch CA, which type that tracks Dodge amount from N64 signed to unsigned. But it's a big deal because unsigned entries can't represent negative values. All right. Well, I mean, okay. Negative
What dollar
values.
Dogecoin is dear?
Huh?
I said dollar Dogecoin is dear.
That
I'm
would be
catching up to
dope.
your Facebook.
What do you mean?
You're on your Facebook stream. It's Winterland because you're not sharing your stream on Discord.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're hearing me directly on Discord, and you see this a few minutes later.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
Do what we can. We're doing what we can.
Like when you subtract balances, calculate fees, or use -1 to signal errors, the values wrap around to huge positive numbers, which can break calculations and cause unpredictable. Code actually compiled and went live as the old node following sign rules and new following would disagree on the math. That disagreement splits the blockchain, creating 2 separate versions, one for the old. Well, it sounds like you get the 500 bounty. I love finding these bounties because every now and then, maximum supply of Dogecoin, changing the maximum amount of coins that can exist in the network, fundamental consensus rules. Nodes not updated would reject blocks that exceed the old max money, leading to a chain split. Yes, but this would create a currency for hoarders and not a currency for economic activity. Go. Yeah, so this is okay. Yeah, boom. I am so combative on X. I am combative everywhere. And I think he follows me too, doesn't he? Oh wow, he don't follow me. Well, who else does? Denksky does, right? Yep, follows me. Oh man, Chromatic quit following me. Damn, this sucks. They used to all follow me. We used to sit and shit talk each other. Yeah, these people here that's trying to recommend are the people who tried to commandeer Dodge. I guess they're still relevant.
I mean, we could talk about reflexivity, especially since we're talking about Rigetti, quantum computing, and George Soros' old timeless book. I mean, there's a really big difference when you read somebody like Dalio and his book Principles, or even like the Changing World Order and how things are kind of playing out versus what he kind of predicted a little while ago, versus somebody like George Soros, right? And then you even read some of the great economist books from like Keynes or Capital. Let's see, we've got Keynes and Capitalism and Freedom. All right. And so we could really implement a lot of this stuff, whether we've got Capitalism, Freedom by Friedman, or we do some Keynes. And guys, like both of these, I've done recaps of on my YouTube channel. So you can go find my book overview videos of where I've highlighted and tabbed, and all of these are read out. So it kind of highlights the key points. It's a little hard to follow along because it's just boom, 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 lots of info in your face, but kind of like good to just download it, quick and downloadable. This is one that I'm working on right now. I've got it entirely read out, but I'm going through and editing it. I haven't been as disciplined on it right now, but this is a 2021 published date. So this includes stuff from COVID and kind of how COVID affect the global economy, globalization and everything like that. How, for instance, like how China affects our economy, how Germany affects our economy, how things affect the German economy, so on and so forth. And so, knowing all of that stuff does help with your reflexive slash contrarian type of thought process when it comes to investing. And so the only way really to be successful in investing is to stay up to date on current events. But like Teal mentioned earlier, with the news reports and everything, you've got to be able to see through the headlines and read between the lines, because they do promote themselves in such a way.
They're trying to manipulate the market.
Yes, there is market manipulation. There's no way around it. It just is what it is. And so that's why it's good to read these books from centuries ago. There's decades ago anyway, and books that are up to date, to just kind of absorb the knowledge of what's going on. Even nonfiction books that might be political, it is very important for you to read books from the opposite side of the aisle, or at least watch YouTube videos or do research and news sources from the opposite side of the aisle as well.
About communism, bro? I don't want to.
No, I meant one of the book overview videos that I've done is on Doppelganger by Naomi Klein. She's a ecofeminist and like a Canadian, a liberal slash Democrat, like very. And in her book, even, she talks about why the left is losing, and pretty much what they've said about why the left lost the election to Trump this past time. But this book came out a little while ago, and it talks about Bannon and the whole thing, COVID and all of that. But it's very important because the people who are writing the books, they're the ones who are defining the narrative of what happened in 2020. So it's very important for people to record this and write these books on the opposite side as well, based on what we saw, right? Because people who were writing these books, it was like all from the news. They weren't going out every day, because I was an essential worker during COVID. And so I was driving the streets every day. I wasn't getting my information from the TV or the internet. I was getting my information about what was going on by driving to work and driving home. I drove by hospitals. I worked in a major metropolitan city, and I could see what was going on in the downtown area. Like, it was not what the news portrayed it to be. It is like very important.
I remember it was dead. There was nobody on the roads. There was not even cops on the roads.
Yeah, but the hospitals weren't overflowing. I would drive by hospitals and they were barren, empty.
Yeah, but that was here in Tennessee. I think that the whole hospitals being overloaded was something happening in like New York and shit.
That's true. I guess here in Tennessee, you got a lot of tobacco users, and what we've come to find out about people who use nicotine is nicotine helps kill the coronavirus. We kind of knew that back in 2020.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's all that stuff's coming out now. Or it's just a psyop to get more people to smoke. I don't know, though. Anyway, all right. I'm going to pull you back up so people can see you.
Oh, and right. Give me a minute before you do that. I'm going to go run real quick to see a man about a horse.
To go where?
I'm going to go see a man about a horse. I'll be right back.
Oh, gotcha. All right, so let's go back to Grok here and see what he says. So he says content monetization through YouTube and niche hobbies. Okay, so we gave him the directive of like this experiment to try to make 100K, 150K by the end of February. So he's literally, whether it's ChatGPT or Grok or Claude, we're going to use a bunch of different AI tools because I'm basically a stupid monkey that doesn't have any hair. And I don't know how to code. I have been through some life events that have affected my brain and have made it harder for me to be who I used to be because of events that transpired that were beyond my control, basically a tragic accident. And we're going to try to recover from that. We're going to try to use AI's help. So let's see what he says. And, you know, one of the ways that I do enjoy life, right? Life is not about working so hard that you know, work yourself to a grave. I think many people enjoy Netflix. I think many people enjoy reading. I think many people enjoy video games. Whatever your enjoyment is, you know, you should pursue. And I have always really loved just losing myself in the artwork of a video game world where people have spent a lot of time making these beautiful worlds, crafting these beautiful stories with these beautiful characters, and then play testing them. And it takes a lot of time and effort. And so, you know, I got a lot of respect for that. Just like people have a lot of respect for a book. It takes a lot of work to write something, especially, you know, before AI was ever helping us. So let's dive in and see what Grok can come up with, and we hopefully can be a prompt engineer, right? Like any kind of feedback, anything that we can do to help with the prompts and everything like that is going to that's my Twitter handle, Elijah. Sorry. Thanks for joining, by the way. I see I am about 15 minutes late to replying to you. It's just like my original Twitter handle from like sophomore year of college that a girl set up my Twitter account for me. And I've had issues with Twitter ever since because that's like tied to my main email. And then I tried to set one up using my phone number. And so now my phone number is linked to an account that's been, I guess, banned because of before Elon bought it. You know, they had all that censorship and stuff. And I was probably, who knows what happened. So Grok says, through YouTube and niche hobbies, focus on creating educational and entertainment content around hobbies like video games and investing. I don't really care to do gaming tutorials, or I could do game reviews, but those are going to take a lot of time. I don't know if I could do that. Investment advice based on nonfiction books I read. Let's do that. Let's take that and put that over in ChatGPT. Let's dial in on this one specifically. And how can we achieve our goal of 100K relatively stress-free? Okay. Since you already post daily, consider dedicating some of your additional hours to producing higher quality, longer form content that could attract sponsorships, affiliate marketing, or viewer donations through things like Patreon. And I haven't gotten to Super Chat yet on YouTube, but hopefully soon. Guys, smash that subscribe button. If you're watching on YouTube, I got 5 viewers right now, which is amazing because normally if I have 5 viewers, it's all from my buddy Drunken Dragon over on his gaming channel, hooking me up. So smash that subscribe button. I'm almost at 200 subscribers on YouTube, so thank you all. Your passion for nonfiction books to create content, summaries, or reviews. Okay, so I do have some of those on there. And I do interact daily and engage with you guys through live streams just about every night. So thanks for hopping in and hanging out with us while we embark on this journey together. And plus, with the live streams and with you guys joining, it allows for the audience feedback and makes it so that you guys can add your input as well and join us on this journey to really build the community and make this something that could be doable for more people. So a membership thing is something that we might do eventually. Unfortunately, memberships get hairy, and I wouldn't know what to do over on Patreon, but I think we'll get there eventually. Okay, affiliate marketing. I don't know, consulting or coaching services. So, all right. But not registered investment advisor. I also have experience in starting and running 2 LLCs. Which comes with its own set of wins and losses. I've found many of my failures to be tremendous growing experiences that have only led to me breaking through the wall. The Silk Rock can have some information. I wonder what he does with that. All right. So, I'm going to also take this and cross post this into ChatGPT. This is great.
And I'm back. How you doing, Dave?
I'm good, brother. All right. Let's see what chat says about that. I love how chat can take literally this like entire this multi-paragraph input, read it instantly, and start putting stuff out there.
Yeah. So your 4090s, you got 24 gigs. I think they use 4 A100s to host this, so that's why it's so quick.
Yeah, that's the other thing is like I've got LM Studio here as well that I could fire up. And so I've been trying to play around with Quinn, but I just can't seem to get it to work really well because I've got I did a Q4. Let's see, I got Quinn 2 and 2.5. So
All right. So, but here I want you to know something, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna put this on the screen. Put that back.
What?
Put that back.
Put Quinn back up. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, here you go.
Okay, so you see how it says Quinn 2.5 coder instruct?
Uh-huh.
So what kind of questions are you asking it?
Just kind of like, oh, that's a coder.
Yeah, you want to get like tuned for a chat.
Okay. So all right, so let's do Quinn 2.5 and search. Yeah, what is like this one?
All right, so that one
32-bit.
is instruct. No, that's instruct. Ooh, uncensored instruct. Somebody called that one AGI. I think an instruct model could work, but keep scrolling.
I mean, how do I like bookmark this one? I wonder. Or I could just go ahead and get it.
Yeah, and then grab the biggest one that'll go. The biggest one that's green. So scroll.
This one.
Scroll. That one.
Q8, nice. That's good. Okay.
Yeah. And hopefully this should work. Yeah.
Think
And
so.
how big is your disk where are you saving these to?
I don't know. I'll delete game files if I have to.
I was gonna say you should get you an extra drive for this.
I should. How do I do that? How do I? Would you come over one day and help me install it, or can I just plug it in the back through the USB or USB-C? I could probably do USB-C to USB-C, don't you think?
Tell your brother I can come help you set up an internal solid state drive computer. Yeah, I think an
RP
internal is better
Max.
than an external for this for sure though.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to get the part. Um,
Japanese matrix.
let's see what you guys got.
GGF. This one's got a lot. Look at that. A lot of downloads. That doesn't necessarily mean it's good though, does it?
Usually people tend to download the ones that are good. That's a 7B. The other one you've got is a 32B.
Okay. Well, we're probably going down too. Math, coder, uncensored is spelled wrong on that one. LM Studio Community, 14-bit. All right, so you think this one is the one that I should just try?
Yeah. Wow, you can get a 256 gig M2 NVMe for 15 bucks. I wouldn't waste your time or money. Wow, you can get a 128 gig SATA SSD for $8.99.
I'm going to delete both of these coder instructs. I don't do coding. Whoa, it crashed.
Coding for you. That's the whole point of that. So here, you want some? I'll teach you some coding right now. So let's start with the basics, right?
Right. What do I need to? I mean, do you want me to pull up my?
No, I'm just gonna go over high level things. So there's two types of code, right? So there's interpreted code and there's compiled code, right? So like interpreted code runs line by line at runtime, right? Like it figures out what it needs to do at runtime, right? And so examples of interpreted code are like
That's about all I got.
Bash and Perl and Ruby and Python, right? Then you got compiled languages, right? And so that means that as a developer, you turn it from your language to the computer's language, and that's through what we call a software build, right? And so like this, what you've got right here, that's C plus plus, C plus plus, I think. Maybe no, that's C. Yeah. So that's Arduino C, right? And so that's a compiled language. So you compile it, and the thing the advantage of compiled over interpreted is compiled. I mean, it's like 100 times the speed. I mean, it takes longer to for the developer to go in and make it and distribute it. But in the end, the end user, like if I make something that goes and does a math equation of like 5 plus 5, right? It would take longer to do that in interpreted than it would in compiled, right?
I
Um,
guess. I'm
so
gonna
like
go. I'm gonna go pee, but you can keep talking. I'm gonna leave my headset on.
Okay, and so so LM Studio is running Llama CPP under the hood, right? Which is the C++, like it does all the vector math and all that shit in C++. So like the most efficient way to do it, right? For most things, I would recommend interpreted languages. I wouldn't even, unless you're trying to work with hardware, don't even fuck with compiled language. So like learn Python. I think Python is the best language to learn. There's easily so much documentation on it. Grok knows it, ChatGPT knows it, Claude knows it. And it's useful. right? I mean, if you look at whatchamacallit, at the stuff that we're doing with the AI, right? There's a whole Python OpenAI library that will connect to either OpenAI's models or it'll connect to LM Studio, where you can go in and he's pulling up the Arduino. Yeah, I hate this interface. I really do, but it sucks because it's the best. I'm not gonna say it's the best way, but it's the easiest way without like setting up what's that shit, platform IO. Um, yeah. Are you trying to play? No. What are you doing with that? Here, get VS Code. Do you have VS Code?
No, I don't know. I'm
Get
just gonna
VS Code.
exit out. We're just focusing on AI right now.
Here, get you VS Code, bro.
I don't know how to do that.
You go on Google and you search VS Code. You go to Bing and search VS Code. V is in Victor, S is in shawarma.
Shawarma. Okay. So much Microsoft. Create a desktop icon. Add open with code. Do I need to add any of this stuff, I wonder? Would you do any of these?
Huh? What?
Would you click either of these?
Create a desktop. Open with code. Yeah, check that. Open with code. Check that. Keep that. Yeah, you good.
Cool.
And so this is a text editor, right? And so the text editor is your second most important tool. Your first most important tool is a shell. In fact, this text editor even has a shell. Here, in fact, let's give you some cocaine right now. Go and get you a PowerShell. Type in that, yep, in that search box down on the bottom. Type PowerShell. Yeah, and then click that. And then say WSL space minus install. Yeah. And run it. And then you should have something that you gotta approve. There you go.
Host process for Windows services. Great.
And this right here is on Windows the most useful tool. And you can fight me on that.
I know some people would, but I've liked Windows for a long time. Changes will not be. Well, we're not going to reboot right now because we're streaming.
Oh, it wanted you to reboot? Oh,
yeah.
Damn.
Oi, well. All right.
Well, ends well.
Rigetti. My first thought was whether quantum computing's potential for good in fields like drug discovery will outweigh its dangers in code breaking and cyber warfare. But even my firster thought was whether there's an exchange traded fund. It turns out that the Defense Quantum ETF ticker is up 38% this year, 29% for the Global X Artificial Intelligence and AI ETF, meaning that quantum computing is suddenly even hotter than AI. What's that, you say? Quantum computing and AI aren't its alternatives, but rather complements? And to suggest otherwise raises questions about my quantum computing bona fides? Stop trying to blow my cover. Quantum computing is already popping up in water cooler conversations across ordinary offices, which means you need to understand it in a hurry. Only I've tried, and this stuff is impenetrable. What you really need is a guide to pretending to understand quantum computing, and there, I think I can help. So then it goes on from like step one, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I don't see any like step two, step three. Let's go back
Yeah, there
over
really
here.
isn't. This is a pure speculative play. Google released some news about their quantum processor, and then all of a sudden, all the quantum companies are running. But the question is, how far are they going to run? With the NVIDIA, I remember I got in at 200, but like I feel like I watched it from at least 100 going up, you know? And I was like, all right, it looks like it's not going to stop. So I got in and rode with it. And we're at what, like 1,200? 1,400, right?
Mhm.
Pre-split. Um, and so I'm wondering if the same thing's going to play out with Rigetti and Qubit.
Oh, my word. Let's see what we can do here. This is what chat said about the article. Qubits could be both a 0 and a 1.
Yeah,
So,
superpositions. It's freaking retarded.
look,
What?
it kind of just like refers to Schrodinger's cat. It compares it to a cat in a box called Schrodinger's cat. And so it's like, it seems that ChatGPT doesn't quite understand that like that's kind of a social phenomenon that like most people know about or understand.
I don't know what you mean. Like I feel like because the cat can either be alive or dead, right? And that's a binary state, a 0 or a 1.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
what it's
one,
comparing it to.
yeah, which is a great comparison.
I'm just saying ChatGPT doesn't understand. It's like it compares it to a cat in a box, but it doesn't say like it should just be Schrodinger's cat. Like everybody knows what that is.
Uh, but it's also saying for a sixth grader, and I don't know many sixth graders.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's why I don't ask it to stupefy stuff like that. A better way to do it is explain X with increasing detail. And so, like, it starts off simple, and then it gets more and more and more complicated. Like, ask it, tell it, start a new one, and ask it, what is a qubit? Start in simple and get more advanced. Start a new one because this one's already been tainted by that sixth grader. I wonder if it put that in your memory and now all your shit's gonna be catered for sixth grader.
No.
What is a qubit? Start with a simple explanation and get more detailed or more advanced.
What do we have here? They're quantumly entangled.
And the problem is the measurement, right? Because that's where the noise comes in. And how can you measure when you have noise and you don't know if your measurement is what you're trying to measure or if it's noise? Because the problem is, for the most part, noise is an unpredictable phenomenon.
So what's the difference in this and like a quad core processor? that can do essentially the same thing.
I mean, on a quad core processor or whatever, you could emulate the process. Yeah. See,
Because I used to remember when I was kind of getting into computers that I would like multi-thread my quad core processor.
Yeah, your quad core was multi-threaded.
And I would make like certain Google Chrome tabs run on like one of them, other Google Chrome tabs run on another one. And so basically it was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And so basically Chrome is a bit stream, right? And so it's your ones and zeros. But your qubits aren't ones and zeros. You got 0, 1, not 0, somewhere in between not 1 and 0, somewhere between 1 and not 0. And I don't know, that shit confuses me too. But there's something about the superposition.
Aliens have to be in control of everything, dude. There's no way that there's people this smart or teams of people who are this smart that are making all of this stuff.
Tennessee, and that's why you think that, bro.
That's a pretty rude thing to say.
I mean, it's a fact, bro. Like if you would go and spend like 10 weeks in Shenzhen, you would be like, all right, maybe it's not alien. Maybe it's just a bunch of really smart Chinese people.
Well, then how come they haven't dominated the world?
Who says they haven't? I mean, everything on my computer right now is from China in some way, shape, or form. You feel me?
I guess. I mean, then America is doomed, right?
When I run for president in 2028, we're gonna work on making a special economic zone like Shenzhen. But
I'm 35 now. I can run for president. I've had 2 people say they'd vote for me.
That's more than I've had say they vote for me.
One was an ex-Marine. So
yeah,
that's pretty awesome.
Make a special economic zone in Memphis, right? Because we got a ton of people there that are all in poverty and could use jobs and shit, right? And so we can go there, and if anybody who's got money that they're willing to invest can go and invest. Right? They go and invest, build a factory, and they can build anything they want. Like, what the fuck is a patent? I don't know. Just build it, bro. We'll figure that out later when we dismiss that shit.
Yeah, man, like all that stuff, it does really hold us back. Patents and trademarks and everything, because imagine what like really brilliant people could do if they didn't have to navigate the legal system.
Yeah, exactly. But it gives an entry point that creates more jobs.
It would create more jobs. That's right, because more people.
No, I mean the actual patents and shit. Because now you got the lawyers, you've got the judges, you've got the attorneys, you've got
people who don't want to get their hands dirty for a living.
Yeah, but it presents an opportunity for all these fucking jobs
and control. Gives control.
Yeah. So using my presidential pardon powers, anybody that gets sued for patents gets an automatic pardon.
Nice.
Yeah, and so build whatever the fuck you want. We're not gonna let them take it, right? Because the only way to compete with China is to compete with China.
Yeah, if China doesn't have all that stuff, they don't have patents and everything.
China does. It's Shenzhen that doesn't.
Shenzhen, okay, the special economic zone, though.
The special economic
zone. Hey, do you see that I have my LLM up now for Quinn 2.5? Okay,
right.
what settings should I be changing over here first?
So scroll down on the advanced configuration.
Mm-hmm.
And no, where's the thing with the?
Hold on, what? They don't have patents in Shenzhen.
So GPU settings. Is there something there that says GPU settings anywhere?
What?
GPU. Is there a section over there that says
Hold on, Teal. What?
Profits of China?
Yes, that's in China. They have patents and trademark in Shenzhen, Sarah says. If they're part of China.
No, they don't. It's a special economic
Sarah
zone.
says her firm sues them.
No.
I mean, and they probably throw them out, right?
Sarah works with multiple offices out of China.
And do they throw out the patents? Because that's the whole
Do they
problem.
throw out
That's
the
what started
patents?
the whole trade war. Was
Do they
were
throw out the patents in China, whether or not you
not
guys
in
sue them or
China,
not?
in Shenzhen.
In Shenzhen.
Define throw out patents.
What?
Define what does he mean by throw out patents?
You need to define what you mean by throwing out patents, Teal.
So you can go there and you can hire a team of reverse engineers, and you can reverse engineer an iPhone. And
Basically,
you can hire a
because
second
they reverse
team,
engineer everything in China anyway to
and you
compete
can
with
hire
us.
a team that
Whether our
works at
shit's
a
patented or
factory
not,
producing those iPhones,
Yes, there's
and then you can go to market with those iPhones, and nobody cares about a patent. Of course, when you try to sell to the United States, they might get blocked at the port as illegitimate or something. But if you can make it through that port, you can sell it.
counting all the big ones. There's probably a couple hundred patents we deal with in China.
probably a couple hundred patents. What?
That we deal with personally in China.
Yeah, but
Like
I mean,
that
we're
was
talking
just
about
from the trade
specifically
war was
Shenzhen.
over.
There are places where patents and stuff don't exist.
Sure.
Here, let's ask GPT.
Pretty much every single country in the world, other than the ones that are just totally falling apart, have patents. We have patent, like we do, like
So come stand right here and tell me what's the importance of patents and trademarks and how that's important and how that doesn't squash people from really brilliant people who don't have money from changing the world for the better.
You can make arguments either way, but think about this: you have patents, little guy, you have a patent, like immigration, like everything he did, and sometimes there's stuff.
Yeah, exactly. They're taking it from the little guy who doesn't have any money,
No, I'm saying
who
Well,
can't afford the patent in the first place.
patents were designed to protect the little guy
Dude,
by
I
making
make
it
more
so
money
that
than
his
most average
investment.
Americans, and I can't afford to patent most anything if I wanted to try to start something.
Yeah, my dad lost everything trying to patent something, and the lawyers ended
Teal's
up not
dad lost everything trying to patent something because the lawyers took everything.
they can happen. Also, I don't think people understand that it depends on what you were trying to patent, and that could get expensive.
I don't. I mean,
It depends. Like that's the thing. It depends. It very much. So I'm not going to sit here against face. I'm just saying you shouldn't be like. I just came down here because I wasn't. All I heard was.
because you're studying for your paralegal exam up there. You heard me talking loudly, and I'm the only noise in the house right now. There's no other
Yes, you were
noise.
talking about patents. I was like, what the heck is he talking about? And then you said there are no patents in China, and that's pretty much the only thing I heard. So I just came to tell you.
It's like they can't hear what she's saying.
I told her to come stand closer so you could hear her, but she won't come closer. She's standing at the stairs, so she's taller than me. So she's towering over me. I'll turn the camera off.
Are you recording?
No, I'm not recording.
Hi, Teal. I can't
Hi,
hear you.
Sarah.
Here, hold on. Let me make it so that.
There's no point. There's no point in me coming over here.
Hold on. Let me make it. What do you mean there's no point?
I can't hear Teal.
Hold on. Teal's going to be able to hear you in just a second.
You there? Where'd you go?
She left.
Uh-oh.
She left because I'm streaming.
Oh. She didn't want to offer legal advice.
I don't know. She's just covering herself, I'm sure. All right. Kara can come back on.
Yeah. So this is the key point here. The issue of handling property rights, including patents in China, has been contentious, particularly with respect to American and other foreign patents. Shenzhen has a major manufacturing techno has been at the heart of many of these IP issues. Like the whole trade war was started because they were going and stepping all over our patents. And patents were meant to protect the little guy, right? The little guy goes and invests his life savings in trying to make something to bring to market, and he knows he's not going to be able to go at mass production right away just because, it takes money to make money, right? And so the monopoly presented by a patent allows that person to go and run long enough to try to get their money back, and maybe a little bit more, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is you get these huge conglomerates that go and they hire whole teams of R&D to find every possible way to do X, right? And then they hire a whole team of lawyers to patent every possible way to do X, even though they're not going to do, probably not even going to do one of those ways, right? But then that
Right.
locks everybody
But they
out of
lock
the
everyone
market.
out. Yeah, that's the
Exactly.
exact issue
And as
behind it is
Elon talks about it, it's patent warfare. Here, let's.
because they patent everything around it, similar to it, adjacent to it, and then that means nobody can get it because now it's just like sitting in under GE or something.
Exactly.
GE like found a way to patent it like 20 years ago, but never got around to it because they restructured and they still hold the patent, but now nobody can research it or do anything life changing because it's just
No,
sitting.
they know they have it because they go after the people who try to research it and try to build it. And that's where the patent warfare comes. Patent trolling, patent wars involves aggressive use of patents against competitors, often by a company that holds patents but does not necessarily produce products or services based on those patents. This strategy can be used to inhibit competition, extract high license fees, or gain a significant competitive advantage. Here's a deeper look. Aggressive litigation, patent trolls, and defensive patenting. So this is what Elon does. Seeking patents not for innovative purposes.
That's not how
but
they work. That's how people perceive they work. Otherwise, we wouldn't be the ones outside the industry
yeah,
perceiving
well,
this is how they work.
he
That's how people think they work. Even that,
what?
I'm talking to Sarah. She said that whatever I said is not how they work. About how like GE will like patent a bunch of stuff, which companies do. They patent everything
Yeah,
that's
they have
adjacent
whole
to,
teams of
around it,
R&D and
near it.
lawyers that do that.
Yes, because exactly, because of all the R&D teams and all the in-house lawyers.
Yeah, like for instance, a great example of this is it was Siemens, right? They
Siemens.
went and
You're talking
Siemens,
about the electrical company Siemens.
yeah, they went.
Simmons or Simmons.
So there's these shunt capacitors or something that they're needing to add to the grid to balance out, to basically to turn the volts and the vars to complement all the non-inductive generation, so the solar power, right? The solar and the batteries. So in that there's so shunt capacitors, right? They went and patented every way to build a shunt capacitor.
Mm-hmm.
And they only released one, and so nobody else can build these shunt capacitors but them, or anybody they license it to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as this thing says here, stifles innovation by,
Yeah, so it's patent warfare. It can deter small
extract
businesses and startups from entering industries dominated by large firms with extended patent portfolios. So, just like happened to us in Westinghouse, the threat of expensive, prolonged legal battles over patents, and then you scrolled away.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. And I was watching this thing about there was this group out of Texas that was buying up a bunch of patents, and then they were like actively going after people like
Right there, stifling innovations. Okay. Yeah, barriers to entry, preventing new ideas and innovations from reaching the market. The patent thicket occurs when overlapping patents held by different entities create a dense barrier of intellectual property rights. This can complicate the development of new products, as companies may need to negotiate multiple licenses and avoid potential infringements, slowing down any kind of technological advancement. Yeah,
and
so
a
it's
great
just
example is I'm in the medical robotic industry, How many competitors do you see for my company? I mean, now
I'm
that
sure
we've
there's
been
like a decent amount.
well, we've been in place for 25 years, so now there's a bunch that are coming out. But for that 25 years, we held a monopoly not just on patents, but also on regulatory. And I mean, you should see they have a huge wall of patents, and like if you look at some of the clones, they're all the expired patent, and but they've been improved, right? Because patents means like, all right, well, we're a big company, we've got shareholder value, we've made this thing, it works. Now we got to move on and make something else so that we can make more money and have more revenue streams. So we're gonna kill off that patent, that project is dead, and we're just gonna let that ride, right? Whereas in Shenzhen, well, they can go and take your shit, build it, and then they can go and improve upon it to give the free market a reason to buy theirs over yours, right? And that's what free market competition is. And if we can spin up a whole bunch of factories in Memphis and put these people to work building shit to bring uh, um, abundance, I think we can compete with China. The only way we're going to compete with China is we got to play their game.
Got to play their game.
We got to play their game. Trump thought he could go and try to fight them by oh, we're just gonna stop them, we're gonna put tariffs on all their shit and tell what companies they can and can't make shit with, like Huawei. There's a reason China hasn't shut down Huawei, and there's a reason America blocked them. It's because they were slurping up our intellectual property and building it better because they weren't bound by these shareholders that were telling them, all right, we don't need it anymore.
There
Yeah,
are some
well,
people I should go follow
but
on X.
I mean, just look through the people I follow. There's a lot of deep tech shit on mine. Um, yeah, follow Elon. I think he's the most important, and then follow Elon alerts and enable alerts on Elon alerts because there's money to be made if you watch him pretty closely. I still can't believe this, bro.
Believe what?
Look,
I'm looking. It's I like you're not sharing to Discord, so I
no,
gotta wait for
I'm
your
sharing
screen.
to Facebook.
Yeah, I was like 18 in that picture.
I was gonna say like 16, 17.
18 or 19. That's my parents' bathroom. That's my childhood bathroom.
Nice.
That's like wallpaper from the 90s.
Let's
You
see.
follow
Speaking
AOC.
speaking of copyright infringement,
I think Sarah locked me downstairs.
why?
Kash Patel.
Yeah, he's gonna be the new FBI, the head of the FBI. Cash Patel.
It does not load all the people you're following, that's for sure. Or it won't let me keep going.
Oh damn.
Sucks.
Yeah, they want you to go a little bit at a time, I guess.
They want to what?
Yeah, it's probably like some spam recognition thing. Some weird account just popped up after all these years.
Did you subscribe to like receive part of like the revenue or whatever?
Of what?
Like when you post on Twitter?
No, I don't have 5 million followers.
Oh, got you.
Or I mean, I don't have 5 million views. Maybe one day. Well, I don't really want to be that popular though. Planet 51, that sounds great. A Dorian Gray? Hell yeah, let's go. Night at the
Marxism.
Museum?
Oh wow, the COVID dip of 2020 feels so much bigger than it looks on a chart.
Yeah, it did feel really big.
It's saying that's the dip right there.
Where?
That very
Let me
little
see.
one.
I'm trying to find Discord. Didn't I have Discord up somewhere?
Little teeny tiny. Now I'm showing it on my webcam on my stream. Oh,
I don't see her.
good.
Right.
Van
American
Wilder.
Pie, bro. That shit fucked my head up when I was a kid.
Why?
I don't know. It probably just made me into a horny bastard. I think without that, I wouldn't have been as horny as I was.
All right, we were young boys. All
Yeah, but
right.
I think that shit fucked me up, bro.
Switching gears back to Brigetti.
Oh, we were gonna move on to the next one. AMD.
Oh, AMD. Okay.
Yeah. In fact, I asked Grok.
Got a narrow moat. Fair value estimate of 160.
Where did Grok
Target
go?
183.
Where did Grok go? Is there another Grok open? Is that Grok? No. Grok.
Nvidia. Is
Go
Nvidia
AMD.
gonna fall? Do I need to sell?
I don't know, man. I feel like this is the top. This is as high as they can go until they start showing what the fuck they mean by AI factor. It's such a vague phrase, and they haven't really told us what it means, other than like digital. Is it a digital twin of a real factory? This is so cool. I can move this real time.
Clove. I got so many meme stocks. Your company, one share.
What's the price of AMD? That don't sound right. Oh no, that's right.
I really wish I didn't lose all that money on SMCI, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. I've lost a lot of money on TMC. I actually doubled down on TMC.
Oh yeah, dude, they took a major hit recently too.
Yeah, it's down to 80 cents. I hope they don't get delisted and file bankruptcy.
I've made a lot of money on GameStop though. Wow. That makes me happy. What is NIVF? New Gen IVF Group. Oh, in vitro fertilization for the future. I should not get rid of that.
Yeah,
Oh
Trump's
yeah.
saying he's going to subsidize IVF, so all of our IVF stock's going to go up because that's what subsidization does.
Well, we need more workers. If he's going to deport all the workers, you know.
Ain't nobody going to want to go work and pick potatoes out in the field. They're going to have to really devalue our money to get people to do that.
Well, there you go. They're probably going to really devalue the money.
Or they're going to.
Well, they need to fix social programs. Too many people can get paid more than they would get at minimum wage in order to, and just sit around and do nothing and collect.
Yeah, well, it sucks because the social nets aren't, I guess, wide enough. Because, like, as you just said, like, the people on disability and shit, right? If they make too much money, they get cut off. But they still, once they get cut off, they still don't make enough to live.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, and not everybody who's on like a social program has it really that good anyway.
Yeah, I think the only person that's on a social program that's doing really good is the U.S. military.
Well, yeah, any kind of
Yeah.
government. Well, I mean, 52% of our taxes, I think, go to the military. I don't want to get too deep in it right now because we're trying to talk about AMD, but I do think that there's a lot of stuff that we are the world police for, and we use the military for that. And the memes about US and oil are not, too terribly far off.
Damn, they only make $6.8 billion.
Who, AMD?
Yeah, how does that compare to Nvidia?
Let's see, 6.82 in revenue. Speaking of me being a financial advisor, I have to do my CE, wrap up my CE before the end of December, so a couple of days left.
So Nvidia is $3.1 trillion market cap. While AMD is only 200 billion. Oh, look at this. They're right here at that 52-week low. You think it's gonna pass it?
What do you mean?
So
50.
if you look at this chart up on my screen,
Mm-hmm. That's Nvidia
right?
that you're looking
Yeah,
at?
no, this is AMD.
Okay.
Trying to find the bottom. Like, to me, this seems like a 52-week bottom. Is it gonna go lower than that?
If it does that mean it's time to buy?
Well, here's one of the big things that I keep seeing, and this is Tiny Grad. All right, so Tiny Grad, right? Tiny Grad, AMD. What is this? This is by AMD thesis. They aren't gonna change. Here we
What's
go.
up?
You talking to me?
Oh. No, talking to Sarah. Well, and at what point does AMD start offering the alternative to what the market's demanding from Nvidia at a slightly lower price? Because that's what they've always
I mean,
done.
they do. Look, see this thing right here, the MI 300X.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's their equivalent of the A100. Like, so if we go, come on, what's that?
Is that really their price right now? 154.63? No, that's an old price. They're at 126.60 right now. Mine's more closer to real time.
Versus what, 126.69?
I mean, with a 126.60. We're not gonna qualm over 9 cents, are we?
Yeah.
All right, let's go to. This is, I think, probably the best thing that we have.
Let me see
That I have that you can't find. Look at the ownership that I'm putting up on my screen. See, the institutions right now have sold off. There's a dip in institutional holdings.
Probably tax harvesting losses, maybe.
Yeah, or year-end bonuses and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, we do have this at the bottom here. We've got insider trading coming up. Damn,
Yeah, they do. I mean, they have to disclose that kind of thing.
Yeah. Crazy because my company is also all red down here. It seems like every company I look at is all sell.
Well, it's also, you got to think of the time of the year. It's almost Christmas. You're not the only one who needs a vacation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, see, red, 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 red. And I mean,
Yeah.
this goes all the way back to July, June, July.
Well, I mean, that's a good question. As far as
What about Tesla?
reflexivity goes, if
Man, dude, this has been such a wild ride on Tesla.
Tesla has been wild lately.
I got a bunch of shares at 220. And we're
Let
at
me
460.
let me see what I've
So,
got some clients in at.
yeah, see, they're all red too. Nobody's buying Tesla from the inside.
None. Zero.
In fact, you can see these two big red bars, but these might go with your market hypothesis that it's all Christmas bonuses and shit.
I think it's Christmas bonuses is why everyone's selling. They're doing all that stuff.
Tesla, man. I wish I would have just dropped 10 grand into Tesla. I'd have 20 grand right now.
To my 2 YouTube viewers right now, please smash that subscribe button. I am 1 subscriber away from 200 subscribers. You'd be helping me out massively, and you're going to get more content like this as we go on this journey through February to see if we can hit our goal. And I don't know what what my analytics are for this on LinkedIn right now.
Yeah, I hate LinkedIn so much.
I hardly ever use it.
Yeah, I deleted my LinkedIn a long time ago.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder what's your qualm with LinkedIn?
I feel like the people that are on there are trying to think of what's an easy way to say it.
Almost fake.
Yeah. It's kind of like virtue signaling, but whatever the equivalent is in the professional world.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I
Yeah.
definitely don't disagree. Don't disagree.
All right, so back to AMD. So AMD, man, so this bottom here is at 121, and our candle today wicked down to 122.93, and that's a 52-week low. 123.
And now we're like 126, so we're coming back up a bit.
Yeah, but that bottom wick, you think it just touched that, and then it's gonna go back up? Or do you think it's going to touch it and it's going to bust right through?
I think the question you got to ask is, how do you feel about AI going into 2025?
I feel good about AI, but then I see this shit.
Well,
So
then,
AMD
are you
leases
trying to time the market?
for $1 million in 2 boxes. We'll get the MI 300X on the next ML per. Right? And nobody's like.
Well, if you're trying to time the market, then this matters. If you're not trying to time the market, then you just buy and hold. Right? If you're trying to put all of your portfolio into one trade, then you need to find out and do even further research by maybe even picking up the phone and calling the company and finding out, kind of what some of their contracts are, how much sales they have coming, and try to do your own research that you can't just find by doing a Google search. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to like find people on LinkedIn who work there, and then like try to meet them in real life, and then try to like get information out of them that isn't
Oh,
public.
wait. He's saying You saying go out to California and meet these people?
You're there more frequently than I am, that's for sure.
For sure. But I've been watching this Tiny Grad, right? And so he's building inference machines for essentially for the home. If we got a picture here. Yeah, so here we go. They're building inference engines, massive fucking machines. And I think the red box is AMD and the green box. Yeah, so we sell 9 green boxes for every red box, even though red boxes are 60% of the cost. The theoretical performance is similar. It's all software holding it back. I suspect both these research ratios are the same for the H100 versus the MI300, right? So the MI300 is what they are using for it's basically the H100, and the H100 is that $25,000 GPU from Nvidia. I think it's 25,000, right? So, and obviously he keeps trying to get his hands on these MI300s, so that he can test them and be an OEM and sell them. And AMD hasn't been working with him. Can we buy boards for 80K? We have the same question we gave up, and soon Tiny Grad will depend on 0 AMD code except what's required by code signing. So the moat that NVIDIA has over AMD and a lot of these other hardware manufacturers is that they made CUDA. And so CUDA is like C++, but for GPUs. So it's a compiled language, and it runs directly on the GPU, right? And they gave all kinds of APIs so that people could use it in whatever they're doing, right? And the community took those APIs and built shit on it, and that shit was AI. And so that's NVIDIA's moat, right? It's called CUDA. And if you ever get bored and you're trying to fall asleep, ask Grok or GPT to tell you all about CUDA.
I can't even bring myself to get to the Arduino stuff, you know.
Yeah, Arduino stuff. Unless you have like a goal, it's not really that fun, right? Whereas
Right.
software, you can just you can spin up Django and Python and just bolt shit on the side of it as you learn new shit, and you don't have to worry about compiling or upload or is my shit wired right.
I had 1,000 people tune into me last week. That's awesome.
That's nice. So anyway, so back to AMD, right? I can't understand why AMD is so bad. Not just technically behind, but strategically bad. Not setting prices low enough, not giving students early adopters easy access to their cards, not being aggressive in hiring top AI features. Oh yeah, so I was saying CUDA versus AMD. So AMD, I don't remember what it is. So they essentially were trying to play catch up because they're like, we've got the GPUs, and the GPUs are capable of all this powerful compute. But we don't have the API for the developers to build on our hardware. And so they've built some shit, but it's a bunch of proprietary closed source shit, and it's inefficient. It doesn't really work that well. And so, like, this guy has tried working with AMD to get it get it working with PyTorch so that they can start building AI inference on top of basically the consumer cards, the ones that are equivalent to the 4090s. It's gotten so bad that they had to go and write their own drivers by reverse engineering these cards.
Who?
Which,
Who? AMD had to reverse write their own drivers?
no, Tiny Corp had to reverse engineer the AMD cards and write their own drivers, which is what this is. And so like he's been in conversations like publicly in years. Main problem is they don't get any negative signal. AMD success succeeded massively at CPUs, but that's mainly because Intel died. They even managed to get orders for the AI cards because hyperscalers don't care about managing complexity. Basically, they don't care about you, the AI researcher. You're not worth it to them. The same thing for the PC gamer. They make money off Intel's demise, hyperscalers, and being the GPU inside game consoles. For short-term strategy, they can never do better than second place.
AMD can never do. Yeah.
Oh, this is great. If Intel doesn't beg Pat to come back, it's actually completely over for them. They have finance clowns running the show now who will gut the business to nothing.
Where are you
I
seeing
predict
this at?
Qualcomm will buy them. TinyGrad on Twitter.
That's just like their opinion, though, man.
But they're working with, they're trying to get this hardware working, and if they can't, who can?
Yeah. So the fact that I own Intel and Qualcomm is good then.
I mean, Intel's gonna collapse on its own weight. What I just read was about Intel. About yeah, and that sucks. Not investment advice. Yeah, by the way, quick reminder on here, nothing you're hearing here is investment advice.
That's
We're
right.
just here looking at
It's
companies.
all for entertainment purposes. Do your own due diligence.
Yeah, AMD doesn't actually suck. This is all just one big joke. Somebody said, I talked to some AMD folks at a conference this year. They're presenting MI300X and how amazing it is compared to NVIDIA. They never heard about Tiny Corp and downplayed software issues. Polymarket. I wanna start one on Polymarket. Zero Hedge is one of the PSYOP sites.
You think they're
And he always wants you to go to his website to read past the headlines. And then that Colin Rugg, he's part of the PSYOP. Yeah, he's part of the Trump PSYOP. James O'Keefe, he's part of the PSYOP. He used to be good, and then he started going after specific things just because it pisses people off. Somebody said PyTorch. They are budget and resource constrained and don't have the correct mindset of investing in open source and giving resources to their engineers to fix the ecosystem. Due to being budget constrained and low salaries, and AMD being known to not give their engineers enough resources to succeed, their hiring pipeline isn't exactly filled with top talent. I can get and change that. No, I'm not. I like my job.
Yeah, stick with where you're at. You say that you like your job too much for.
I love my job. So Andres Karpathy, Karpathy. You searching it?
Andre Karpathy. Okay.
Yeah. So like he is like one of the top voices in deep tech AI. Yeah. So he used to be. Whoops. He used to be Elon's top guy, and then he went over to OpenAI. I don't know where he's at now.
This guy
But
right
like,
here.
yeah, but like if you want to learn like what's going on under the hood on the LLMs, he has some really good YouTube videos that you can probably just like listen while you sleep. That looks so different on your screen than it does on mine.
There's something wrong with the color on my screen. I don't know what it is, and I don't know how to fix it.
I wonder if it's like some kind of accessibility shit.
That's what I thought too. Let's see. What should we play around with in the settings to try to figure it out?
Here, close this out and type in NVIDIA in your search box. No, on your start menu search box. Yeah, go to that control panel. Yeah, and I think whatever it is, it's gonna be in there. I don't see anything in there that looks like it would be. Everybody is just winging it. MIT study explains why laws are written in an incomprehensible style. MIT cognitive scientists believe they have uncovered the answer to the question. Just as magic spells use special rhymes and archaic terms to signal their power, the convoluted language of legalese acts to convey a sense of authority. Elon Musk, so true. Martin Shkreli on Twitter. I mean, that image looks fine down there on the bottom. I wonder if something's wrong in your edge or something. Or accessibility. I wonder if it's... Yeah, hey, real quick, go over your Twitter and look for Martin Shkreli. SHK. That guy right there, first one.
Martin Shkreli. Dude, yeah, farmer bro.
Yeah, bro. Dude, hot takes. He does really hot takes. Highly recommend.
Yeah, okay. He's got a good sense of humor.
Yes, he does. He's great. Unusual Woods is another good one. Unusual Whales there.
I follow
And
Unusual Whales on Instagram.
yeah, I know. Ooh.
How do I save a thread?
See that right there, left. See the 328.
Bookmark.
Yeah. Rumor.
Unusual Whales.
So rumor, look up on my screen. So this is a good account to follow. This one here. So rumor, TSMC chairman C.C. Wei met with Elon Musk in the U.S. last week to discuss production capacity for Dojo AI chips. Media report, which will be made using TSMC's 5-nanometer process and will use INFO SOW advanced packaging. Reportedly told Wei that the future direction of Tesla was humanoid robots, not cars, and that he worried about getting enough chips. Wei told him not to worry as long as Tesla can pay for chips, TSMC will provide them. The report says Dojo chips will be the future brains for Optimus, just as they power FSD in Tesla cars today. Integrated fan-out system on wafer. Custom data say
Jeff Letts says,
subsidized.
Dan, this is also what I heard, but maybe lost in translation.
For Tesla, Dojo is their own custom data center side training chip. It will not go into Optimus or the car. What goes in cars today and Optimus prototypes is called the AI-4 chip, or computer designed by Tesla, fabbed by TSMC. AI-5 will ramp next year for the Cybercab in the very beginnings of Optimus small-scale production. Samsung has the AI-5 award, but it seems as if there will be dual sourcing split award with TSMC. He said the article didn't mention AI-4 at all. Thanks for this. Interesting person. Who's that?
The Jeff Letts.
All right, let's
You know what one I should have held on to? Netflix. $700 to $900. That's a $200 per share. Also, there's like freaking no way, man. Like, we've got to be at a top of some sort. Parents. Dark. Okay.
Wow,
Page
Michael
code.
Saylor bought another 15,350 Bitcoin.
How many?
15,350.
Bitcoin, 15,000 Bitcoin.
Yeah, right.
One
And it's
point.
funny because the story this guy put over here it's like right on. A trader thinks that the price of eggs are going to increase, and so he contacts his broker and asks him to buy 1,000,000 egg futures at $1.70. Sure enough, a week later, the price of egg futures is $2.50, and the trader, happy to ride his winners, places an order for 3,000,000 more egg futures. Next month, at $4.30 a piece, he pats himself on the back and restructures his liquid investments to buy another 10,000,000 egg futures. At the end of the quarter, the egg futures are trading at $7, and a trader finally calls up his broker and tells him to sell them all. The broker replies, "To who? You're the Eggman."
That's what we got to be careful of.
Mi mamá siempre me compra muñeca.
Michael Saylor has all the Bitcoin.
Rafael y Ana nunca nos escuchan.
Oh my
Give me a
gosh, I
minute.
haven't. I got to do my duo.
Gabriel me enseña alemán.
Can you be?
El español es un idioma interesante. Yo te ayudo todos los días.
Why am I coughing all of a sudden?
Mi familia me ama mucho. Tu madre te compra la ropa. Tú siempre nos llamas los domingos. Muchos maestros no conocen aquí. Felipe, ¿me quieres?
Mamá no entiende mi problema. Almorzar. Río.
Cosa.
Llamar.
Demasiado.
He must be doing words.
Siempre.
Doing my challenge or my working through my units.
6.
Tiempo. 17.
Normalmente. Prueba los bolígrafos.
Ah, I was so close.
18.
Obvio. Tiempo.
MPS.
16.
Amar.
País.
Ustedes siempre almuerzan a las 12.
Ver.
Normalmente. Enseñar. ¿Cierras la ventana? Él prueba un restaurante diferente. Él prueba un restaurante diferente.
Yo. Siempre. Tú, sopas.
Ellos no cierran las tiendas en la tarde. 18, 19,
15, 20.
13.
Sombrero.
Nosotros. Viejo.
Sobre.
19,
Italiano.
13. Entendemos. Proba. 18. Él. Claro.
15. Bicicleta.
Hijo. Arroco. Pollo.
El perro no puede comer aquí. El perro no puede comer aquí. Comer. Aquí. Tengo que entender esta pregunta. Tengo que entender esta pregunta. ¿Qué? Entender. Tengo que entender esta pregunta.
Prueban. Cierras la ventana. Prueban. Pierden.
Oh, I did already do mine today. Silly me. Oh well, I did an extra one.
I'm done. Check this picture out.
25 cross arms, 200. Oh my word. Whoa, that probably didn't last long.
Somebody commented, I'd hate to be one of the linemen after the ice storm.
Yeah, no doubt, dude. Untangling that mess. That's great if it's protected, but like as soon as it goes down and you have to repair that, what do you do? All right, turn on. I don't know what is going on. Show downloads, swipe between pages. Keyboard, there's. I have no idea what's going on in the visual settings. There's nothing really here that could be doing it. What are we thinking here? Who do we know? I don't know. I don't know what to do to fix it.
I mean, everything looks fine except the video, which is weird.
I had somebody follow me on Twitter just recently.
Was it me?
No. unless you are ice_grape. Are you ice grape?
Nope.
Nope.
Oh,
But
is
no,
it
you
somebody
didn't.
scrape your page? So, tactical techniques for using FPV drones. Classics. The most common method of combat use, it consists in detecting a target by a reconnaissance drone
I don't
and
know.
transmitting
Should
the
I block
coordinates
this person?
to the FPV. Who?
This person that followed me. Do you think they're really scraping my page?
I
Nah,
don't
that
know.
probably happens.
I can't see. I can't see what you're talking about.
Oh. Ice grape.
Scroll down. Keep going. Yeah, you can probably block them. That is so weird. Why it's only your videos that's doing that?
Doing what?
That weird colorization thing.
Send me something that we can play side by side. So like
Huh?
block this, remove this follow, or block ice cream, I guess.
I just removed follower. Yeah, block works too. Yeah.
Okay.
And you had like 7 notifications.
Hmm.
Oh. So you can leave those conversations. Free hunting. FPP impact previously detected objects and positions. The essence of this method is the dependent striking of FPV drones on pre-open objects in enemy positions.
That is weird how my video is doing that. That just looks like it's weird. What the shit? Why is it doing that? So it's like not something that's with the monitor because you're seeing it too.
Yeah, I'm seeing it too.
Go to Elon's page and see if you can pull up Doge and see if we can play it side by side.
That's such a great picture.
My profile picture.
No. Which one is it?
I don't know. It's been an hour ago. It's just Doge. It's this video. Elon Musk's Doge challenge. That right there. You just scrolled past it. Right. Yeah, that one. Yeah, it definitely there's something going on.
Yeah, it's like your video player or something. That is so weird.
But we can't figure out what to do because it's what other. I bet you it happens on Facebook too.
It's only videos that is doing it, right?
Yeah, because see, look, it's doing it on Facebook too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got to be something with your GPU settings and how it renders video, maybe.
What in the heck? Yeah, it seems it's just videos.
Wait, scroll up. Elon Musk blocked Disney Pride content on X and says, "What's the details in the comments? Is it a link to something or is it like actual shit?"
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just trying to get people to come click their website.
I'm
Hey, what you
sure.
should do is you should scroll up and the three dots on that post,
Hmm.
and just say hide post, and then say no, I don't know what this is. Yeah, there. Now you won't see that kind of bullshit. That's how you clean your algorithm. Is that and the like button.
Yeah, dude, look, it's almost like it like starts out and then it just changes. So okay, so it's got to be in the settings here, don't you think?
Do you have like Firefox or another browser that you can see if it does it in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, go to YouTube.
Careful, because we're streaming on YouTube.
No.
Let's just go to Twitter.
Damn, FPV traps. Drone landing and beeping. Upon approach, the FPV operator carries out controlled detonation through reconnaissance UAV chick repeater. When its position is changed due to the device of the Jonic type, a self-jerk in addition, it is possible to install a magnetic target sensor on metal, laying a charge of 20 to 50 grams in the design of the drone, which is activated when it is dismantled. The built-in GPS tracker is tracking an arrival to the signal location. Treatment of FPV drone by highly toxic substances of skin abscess action. You can tell this shit was like translated. FPV miner. Some wild shit, bro. This is the shit you find on Twitter, bro. FPV minesweeper. Dropping ammunition or installing an overhead charge on mines.
Hmm.
The FPV dragon. Spraying incendiary mixture over enemy positions. In order to set fire and disable personnel, equipment, openly distributed ammunition, and property, FPV equipped with thermite charge based on 120 millimeter artillery incendiary munition is used. The average height of the incendiary mixture spray is 20 to 50 meters. Temperature over 2300 degrees.
Okay. Search. Dude, how did I? It's stupidly. It's like from Microsoft Edge changed my damn system
Why
settings to not dark mode.
did oh
And so now I've got distracted and I'm trying to do that again now.
here up in that find a setting, type dark mode on the top left.
Fucking Christ. There we go.
Man, that hurt my eyes for real.
All right. Let's see. So this is Chrome that I have open here. Now it looks, it's got to be, that's different, right?
Yeah, that's strange.
Yeah. So it's
Ask
something.
Grok.
So it's
Ask
something in
Grok.
my
Tell
Microsoft
him your
Edge.
Edge tell him Edge is changing your videos and making people's faces magenta.
Okay. How do I start a new chat? Okay.
Ah, they got fiber optic drones too. To ensure stable control of the FPV drones from the effects of electronic warfare and guaranteed target destruction at a range of 10 km, fiber optic cable UAVs are being introduced. A characteristic of their own use is clarity in
No.
video image input to the route.
Oh. Edge. Settings. System performance. What? Aha. Turn that off, it says. Restart
Turn
your
what off?
browser.
Oh.
Oof. That sucks. That just closed everything out. Woo-wee. Here we go.
So true.
What's true?
That is what Elon said.
Now it looks normal. Yep. We have gotten way off topic, though, that's for sure. I think I'm going to go play some video games.
That's why my stream is called Teal's Wonderful World of What? What is this? Who knows? Better find out anyways.
Is Mae Musk his mom?
Yeah. She likes Diet Coke, and she tries preaching to people that Diet Coke is good.
What, you don't like Diet Coke?
I think that aspartame is really bad for your brain.
Really?
Yeah.
Far Cry or Icarus? I should go play some Apex and fold some laundry. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hop off. I'm going to go play Apex, fold some laundry, and then I'll be back on.
I think I'm going to get a